I am shooting all the guys.
I don't like how if you get hit, it knocks you out of ADS.
Yeah.
That's annoying. Oh, I want to get a capture card.
Yeah, me too.
I want to stream or record Ratchet and Clank.
The PS4 one?
No, the PS2 one. But the
Oh,
PS3
okay.
re-release. Fuck the PS4 one, it's shitty.
I have not played it.
Well, no, the gameplay is basically the same. It's the story and characterization that's completely changed.
But who cares about that?
People who actually like storytelling and plot development and characters.
I like playing the game.
Yeah, and guess what? Character development and story is just part of games.
Yeah.
So I can criticize that and say when it's shitty, and you can't just be like, oh, so what? Because it's part of the game.
Okay. So I don't like playing games. I like the gameplay portions of games. See, now you can't argue with that.
Well, I can, because that means you're saying you're discrediting an entire part of designing a game.
Yeah, because it's my least favorite part.
Yeah, but it's the part that takes up the most effort and time and people.
No, the most effort and time goes into making everything so you can play the game. Are you telling me Mario Odyssey took more time developing Mario than it took
Mario, no, because
making
Mario's
the
a developed
jumping feel
character.
right?
But if you go into a game and you design a game from the ground up, you're going to spend more time like designing characters and locations and plot threads than you are, oh, do we have jumps or no jumps?
But that's the important part. That's what everything else
Everything's
is backed up by.
important. Everything is important. Story, gameplay, design, audio engineering, the soundtrack, all of it's important.
Well, yeah, but fuck people that play games for stories. You can watch a movie, you can go to the theater.
By the logic, you can have fun with a game by playing a fucking board game. So fuck you for only playing games for the gameplay. If you want gameplay, you can go play Snakes and Ladders.
Which is really fucking fun. Although it is not, because RNGesus is not with me.
Why have you shot me?
Why have you shot me?
Don't worry, random character man. It's because he doesn't like you because you have a personality. And you're in a video
Yeah.
game, so you're not allowed.
Yeah, like why are those cunts with us?
You've got to be boring and one note to be in a game that he likes. Yeah, I said it.
Fucking, you don't have to be boring in one note. I like Sonic because
He's a
okay, Sonic
one-note
is one note.
character.
Yeah, and he's just the cool guy, which I
Name
like.
name your 5 favorite video game characters.
Oh god, that's hard. Mega Man Zero?
Zero is pretty
Sonic?
one note.
Okay, which game are you referring to?
Just the character of Zero. He's, for the most part, pretty one note.
Alright, fair enough. He does go through somewhat of a character arc in the Zero games.
He goes through a character arc of, oh, am I evil or am I not?
No, that's the X games. In the Zero games, he actually has this whole thing about, I fight for my friends.
So it's the same thing, basically. It's, do I fight for my friends or do I not?
Okay, actually, the events that happen in those games are more of the driving force behind everything else, so I guess. Okay, Zero's a one-note character.
Thank you.
I haven't played all the Metal Gear games, but Raiden from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is pretty good. I wouldn't say one of my favorites.
Raiden
but...
from Revengeance is pretty one note. Raiden in Metal Gear 2 is not. He's interesting.
Okay. Who else do I like? I like Samus because she has all the shooties.
Samus is
and I
one
like
note.
the design
Samus's
of
character
that.
is just, I'm a woman, but also a bounty hunter. Where the
But
fuck
I
do we
don't
go?
care,
What are we doing?
But I don't know. But
Can we
I
drive a
don't really
car?
care about that because I like it when she has. I like her cool visor. That looks pretty fucking neat. The whole armor design. It looks really fucking cool. Let's see. Who else do we have?
I found the plot.
Huh?
We found the fucking game again.
Yeah, we found the game.
Anyway, yeah, so Zero, Samus, Raiden, who I'll give you Raiden, he's not really one note.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Raiden isn't on the top 5 list because I don't know too much about him just
Oh,
yet, and that's
okay,
probably
fuck Raiden
just a
then.
fad right now.
Yeah, Raiden in Metal Gear, his characterization in Metal Gear Rising is good, but it's not as good as his other
Okay.
appearances.
Um. Also, noteworthy mention is Ryuji from Persona 5, who is the bestest thug.
He's a one-note
Um,
character.
sure. I think didn't isn't he gay? I think that was
No,
his character twist. He's gay.
I don't think he's gay. Because you can't
I
date him in the
think
game.
he's gay. No, like you can't date any of the guys even if they were gay because Japanese
No,
people?
it's Yusuke that's gay. Or might be gay.
Huh?
Yusuke is the one that might be gay.
Oh, okay.
He's the painter dude who's like thinks it's
Oh, I
normal to
don't
just
ha
see a girl
I
naked.
don't have the painter dude. I don't have the painter dude.
Yeah, he's the next guy you're gonna unlock probably. Sorry for the spoiler,
I don't care.
but he's
I
gay.
like it. Right. Okay, fuck. The character for my game, which will come out never because I don't want to learn how to code, Jack.
What do you mean, Jack from
I
Jack and
find-
Daxter?
No, I said from the game that I'm making, which will never come out.
I'm
because it's
making a
just
shitty
proof of
reference
concept.
to an old Naughty Dog game that didn't sell very well,
Oh, okay.
but they're pretty good. The second and
Okay,
third ones are
Doom-
GTA clones.
Okay. Doom Guy. Doom Guy is like fucking top kick. Probably my most favoritist.
Doom Guy is definition of one-note character,
But he's cool.
but he's one-note as fuck. His characterization is just I kill everything,
And that's fucking amazing.
but it's not interesting.
Oh, can I also go into characters from shows? Or does it have to be games?
No, this is for the argument of games. Shows is different.
Oh. Okay, fuck. There's one more spot left, right?
I think so, yeah.
I'm going through the list of games that I've played in my head right now.
Magnums. Security
Uh,
shutdown. Standard issue.
Fuck. I don't really think about characters in games.
Exactly my point. You don't care about characters or stories, and it's strange.
Yeah, but it's not strange because I like playing games for the fun of controlling my character.
Yeah, but you
Which
don't
makes
like the
no
characters.
I mean, I can like the characters because, like, I was always like, fuck yeah, Doom Guy, is so cool.
But you don't get invested in them.
Because I don't have to. Who cares
That's
about
the
what?
point.
Yeah, who cares about what the Doom Guy went through? I like it when he shoots the guy and the red stuff comes out.
That's not normal.
Why is that not normal?
Because it's not. It's like looking at a person and being like, "Oh, I don't care about you. I care about what you do."
Yeah.
Like in real life. Like that's not normal.
No, like in real life, I'm like the sweetest dude who's like, oh, don't worry, I'll support you. Don't. Oh, you're an amazing person. That
Exactly.
sort
You
of
get
shit.
invested in people. You don't get invested in what they do. It's the same thing
Yeah.
with game characters. You get invested in the characters, not in if they kill
Oh,
things
I
well.
have a shield now. That's fucking cool.
I told you the armor things are.
What are you doing here? Whole
won't
area
spread
is
again.
supposed to be
Okay,
evacuated.
Didn't like leaving it to someone else.
Let's see
Sent to home,
here.
so we
Oh
came
god,
back.
one more character I like.
All over the territory.
You know, this stuff is
Fucking.
What, you gonna arrest me?
Can I give it to a tie of two characters in the same game?
Why?
stolen. Another dropship coming in.
Because I couldn't tell you which one I prefer more.
What game?
Portal 2.
The main cat? What, the fucking robots from Portal 2?
Yeah, GLaDOS and Wheatley.
Oh, I thought you meant the fucking ones you play as. Like, what the fuck?
Oh no. Although the blue one does look cool.
Like, okay, GLaDOS and
The
Wheatley aren't one note, but the fucking ones you play as are definitely.
Oh, they're just fucking Papyrus and Sans, robot style.
Yeah, but even Papyrus and Sans aren't one note characters. They're interesting.
Yeah, sure. But they don't come to mind when I think of like cool characters. Mostly just because Undertale is fucking old by now.
Yeah, like they don't come to mind when I think of characters, but like they're not one note. They're interesting and they have development.
Yeah. But characters that leave like a really fucking strong impression are more interesting to me than characters that have
You know how you get a better impression off of someone when you give a shit about them.
My greatest impression of a character is does he look cool and does he do badass shit?
That is so intense.
You basic ass bitch.
Look at this character saying, "That's so intense." Fuck, dude, so intense, mate. You have a rocket launcher?
Yeah, it was in the box behind you as you were trying to think of another character, and I just picked it up.
Oh my god, where's the... Is there still one left?
I don't think so. I'm out of ammo.
Oh. Shit. Hey dudes, do you like grenades in the face? Yeah? Nice!
No, I don't understand how you can play games and not get invested in characters you play as. Because you spend
Because
time with them. You
That's
like
like
get to know
saying
them and shit.
Dude, that's like being, oh, I love my Pokemon because they're mine and shit. No, your Pikachu exists like a million fucking times.
If there are people that are like that though, there are people that have Pokemon from like the very first game that they've traded all the way up to current.
That
Because
actually
they've
is
spent
impossible
time
because-
with it.
Actually, the most current you can do is the GBA game, so sadly the Game Boy games are kind of...
Well, fucking,
Fuck.
at least as early as they can. Because it's
Yeah.
like people spent time with those Pokemon and they're like, no, this is like, when I play Pokemon, I play with this. Because it's part of my team.
Okay, I get that, but when I boot up a Pokemon game and I have like the Pokemon that I have, then yeah, sure, they look cute and they may be strong, but
It's
fuck,
not
I don't
because they look
care.
good and they're strong. It's because they're like, no, I'm invested in this because they've gone through stuff. They have people feel a connection with it because they have a story with it.
Yeah,
It's not just, oh, this one looks cool, so I'm gonna bring it over. It's like, no, I did all this cool shit with this Pokemon. It was there the whole time. I want to keep going with it because I have a connection with it.
see, the thing right there is like when people are like, oh, I had this intense fight and in the last moment he got a critical hit and we beat the gym leader because of teamwork and he believed in me. I feel like it might be because we have such a strong connection. I'm like, oh, he got the fucking 50% chance for a critical hit right there. That was fucking tight.
Yeah, and people get connected to that fucking Pokemon because they're like, oh, we clutched this out together. I clutched it out with this Pokemon. This
That's
is what
the thing.
let me beat the
I am
difficult battle.
That's the thing though. Like for me, I see, oh fuck, tight, I got lucky, and not like, oh look, my Pokemon got lucky.
Show us.
Yeah, no, the people who have that connection are like, oh, we got lucky because they get invested in the world and they're not just playing a game. They are the main character.
Yeah, no,
They
I am.
see themselves as the main
playing
character,
game.
not as someone who is controlling the main character. They put themselves in the character's shoes and they feel what the character is meant to feel.
This is riverbed lead.
Okay, feeling what a character feels.
Getting to be
I
put
think
in
I
the
don't-
character's shoes and experience what they experience is the point of stories in games. Because you can't
Yeah,
get
I-
that in movies or TV.
Well, I only really get that in movies and TV. Like I feel with my boy. I
Yeah, you
forgot
can
his
relate to
name
characters, right? But if you play
Yeah.
through Mass Effect, for example,
Mm,
as Shepard, you are Shepard in that situation because you're making decisions, you're doing this, you're doing that.
Kind of a
It's
big
what you would
Alright.
legitimately do.
heavily fortified.
Yeah.
And so it becomes not, oh, I'm controlling Shepard and I'm making Shepard do this. People have the mindset of, oh no, in this situation, I am Shepard. I'm the one that's doing this. I have a connection to these characters. I decide who lives or dies.
Right, I have that in fucking, what's the game called? Outer Worlds. That game does that really fucking tight.
Yeah, it's more stuff like that, but different games do it in different ways. There'll be set characters for other games, like Nathan Drake in Uncharted, where it's like if you just play through the game and you pay attention to him and what he does and how he acts, it gets to a point where you're invested in him and his story and what he does. And you start thinking like him. That's why people get invested in the stories. And that's why the stories are made the way they are. So people get attached to characters and feel like they're involved in the story. It's their story, not, oh, I'm playing through Nathan Drake's story.
See, that's my thing. I'm just seeing like, oh, look, it's Link's story. And so I don't really care about Ocarina of Time. But then I play Breath of the Wild, and like, I can do all the shit. And that's when I get invested.
But that's the same thing. By your logic, it's the same thing. It's still just Link's story.
Well, I don't care about the stuff that happens to the princess. I care about the stuff when I am out in the wilderness and I'm doing my shit. But I don't like it when I'm in the dialogue tree and I get to choose from like 3 fucking options, which are the good, the bad, and the medium.
What, you don't get to decide your story and decide where your character goes, the character that you are.
Yeah, I fucking hate it when games take away my agency. Like, I want to do my shit.
Yeah, and that is you doing your shit. That's you legitimately dictating where the story goes and how people react to you.
And that's why I don't fucking like Final Fantasy VII, because you're strung along this story path that's happening, and that's it. That's the story.
Yeah, there's a story path, but you get invested in the characters and you care about what happens to them.
And I can't.
That's why in the 90s when Final Fantasy VII first launched, and spoiler alert, they kill off one of the main characters halfway through. People legitimately were upset about it. And it's still a point of contention with the game to this day.
Oh, I think in the remake they didn't make Aerith die, right?
The remake's not the whole game, it's being cut up into sections.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so the remake that got released is like the first is like a section of the original game. I don't think
okay.
I don't think it's up to the point anywhere close where Aerith dies.
Right. That was like more
But
towards the end of the game,
But they're doing
right?
a separate story for that anyway, apparently. Because apparently the way that it ends a different way to how that segment in the original Final Fantasy VII ended.
Turrets!